Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Give honors to my elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, it's like the Elder Tahar, and down the road well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth and truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson on how the Lord, the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. I don't want to name the video. He wants to bring you to your knees. Alright? He wants to bring you to your knees. It's like it. And Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen here. It's like it. Trying to get the camera right. I have this article here, and it says the inflation tax. Bank of America is seeing a broad-based shutdown in consumer spending as inflation hits Americans' budget. Right, so basically, people are basically penny pinching out there. All right, they're basically penny pinching out there due to the rising cost of goods, the super high cost of gas. All right, some people, a lot of people out there have children. All right, they have to think about. So people are penny pinching. You know, people are not out there shopping. You know, out there buying TVs and Jordans and things like that. Going on vacation. They're they're penny pinching. They're saving. All right, again, due to all the heavy inflation, so like that's going on in the world right now. All right, and this is all by design, man. Esau wants to bring you people out there to your knees. All right, all the way down to your knees. All right, when you can't afford gas, you can't afford to eat, and that's going on now. People have to make a decision whether or not they're gonna go to work, put gas in their car to go to work, or eat. People are having to make that decision right now as we speak. All right, people are parked at gas stations, and this happened to me. I spoke about it in other videos. People are parked at gas stations, just basically just sitting there, basically begging for gas money, man. All right, because they can't afford it. All right. But again, this is all by design, man. Esau wants to bring you down to your knees where you can't afford gas, you can't afford to eat, you can't afford anything. And then ultimately, what is he going to do? He's going to come with the corrupt. All right. The Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 17. And a lot of you people out there are going to be so basically going to look at it like you got no other choice but to take it. All right. And a lot of you are going to take it, man. All right, a lot of you people out there are going to take the corrupt one, man. All right, why? Because I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. Because it doesn't matter what the other nations do, but a lot of you Israelites out there are going to take it, man, because your faith is in this man's system. It's in Esau's system. You don't see any other way of life outside of this man's system. Which we have hope. All right, we have hope, man. We got a kingdom coming to us. All right. But we can't submit to this man, man. We can't submit to Esau. Submitting to him is what? Taking the corrupt one. All right? But I'm going to read a little bit of the article. Lord will, brothers can hear me. You know it's kind of noisy in the background. It's like it. It says, inflation in the U.S. hits a 4-decade high in May, rising at an annual 8.2% annual rate. And it just rose last month to 9.1. All right? So inflation is out of control. So far, Americans have been able to cope with the sky-high consumer prices. But on Monday, Bank of America revealed that some customers are tightening their belts. Right, penny pinching. Again, instead of going out there shopping or maybe going on vacation or doing whatever, they're saving their money or just spending all the money on bills. All right. Even though a credit and debit card spending at the bank soared 11%, right? Because people are having to put stuff on credit cards, because they don't have the cash on hand right now. All right. Spending at the bank rose 11% from a year ago last month. People are using credit cards to pay bills. All right. America is good, man. All right. A year ago last month, senior economist Salakia, I'm not going to try to pronounce her name, said this week that there is a real risk that consumer spending declined for the second consecutive month in June after adjusting from inflation, and that's not good. You want people to go out there and spend, because that's what boosts up the economy when people are out there spending. All right. Um, in the research note titled that inflation tax gets real, Behab noted that he is seeing a broad-based slowdown in consumer spending, which is not good for the economy. Again, you want people out there buying goods. If not, it just sits on the shelves. All right, the goods just sit on the shelves, and then matter of fact, I got another article here. All right, it says June shipment declines. The latest case data shows volume of weekend costs hits new high. Let me just read this one part right here. It says the case freight index continued to moderate during the June alongside data points with a cooling in consumer spending. Right, again, people ain't out there spending money, man. All right, a new high in inflation, 9.1%, analysts, according to June data released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, struggle saying that word, on Wednesday. The freight index appears to be on the downside of the freight cycle as the back half of 2022 begins. Many retailers were chasing inventory through the pandemic, often pulling forward merchandise spending well ahead of normal buying patterns to avoid supply chain bottleneck. Ultimately, stock out. However, the trend was reverse course recently with a couple of retail heavyweights signaling margin pressure as they are now carrying too much stock. Right, they're carrying too much stock. Because you got something was going to mention it, or inventory that is out of season. Right, inventory that's out of season, which is basically stuff like Easter and at certain points, more things like eggs and you might have Easter basket and the Halloween shit and Christmas and shit like that. All right, you got stuff that sells seasonally, stuff that they don't sell year round. And what's going on is they're having a lot of that stuff, like I said, carrying too much inventory or in season or inventory that is out of season. All right, so they got too much inventory in the stores of stuff that they should have sold during a particular part in the year. Like again, like Easter. Like they might have like a lot of Easter baskets left. All right, they might have, whatever, man. Whatever they might have a lot of. There's too much of it in the store, basically because they're not selling it. And what that's going to do is what? It's going to slow down the trippers because there's no point of to keep stocking up stores. All right, and they got no place to put it. Like Walmart. Walmart doesn't have a and one of the elders did a video a while back. I think it was Elder Ariella out of Dallas. He did a video speaking to well, he played another video of this guy Glenn Beck, and basically he was saying like there's pretty much no warehouses in America pretty much where they can store goods. Stuff goes to distribution centers, and from there it just gets shipped to another distribution center, and then from there it gets shipped to the stores. It can't just sit at distribution centers all day because they got more goods coming in and out, so it has to be shipped out to the stores. And if you got too much stock in the stores, what's going to happen? That inventory is going to sit there. And then what ultimately is going to happen? There's no need to keep bringing goods there because they're not selling anything there. Until ultimately what's going to happen? People can't afford it. People are going to go to resort to stealing it. All right, robbing the stores. All right, bum rushing these distribution centers. Ultimately, what's going to happen? All right. So everything is just jacked up, man. Everything is jacked up right now. All right. Everything is jacked up. And again, people ain't out there spending money. Esau wants to bring you down to your knees. Again, he's making it where you can't afford gas. He's making it where you can't afford food. All right. To bring you all the way down to your knees. All right. And then again, ultimately, he's going to come with the Quran. Let's get a couple of scriptures. But yeah, like that video Elder Ariella out of Dallas did, No, I don't remember exact detail for detail. I remember watching the video though, but again, he played another video with this guy Glenn Beck, and he was basically breaking it down how how pretty much there's pretty much no warehouses in Babylon the Great, pretty much in a nutshell. Nothing where you can really where they can hold goods for a great number of time. Really, it just goes to distribution center to distribution center, then eventually gets shipped out to stores. All right. And then how he was breaking the dude Glenn Beck, he was breaking down how how timing is everything in distributing goods in America. All right, basically. All right. You would have to go back and watch the video. I don't remember every word detail for detail, but basically in a nutshell, America's done, man. All right, basically in a nutshell. It's like it. This is Sirach, chapter 13. All right, Sirach chapter 13, verse 6. Sirach chapter 13, verse 6. If he had need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee. And who's the he in this verse? Esau. All right, and put thee in hope, and he will speak thee fair words and say, what wantest thou? All right. So Esau at one point act like he'll care. He was giving out stimulus checks and all this garbage. Now he don't give a fuck. When the last time you got a stimulus check? And you ain't getting another stimulus check because Esau wants to choke you out. All right. Verse 7. And he will shame thee by his meats until he have drunk thee dry. Right. He's trying to drain you people dry, man. Esau wants to drain you people dry. All right. Bring you down to your knees. If you can't afford gas, you can't afford food. You basically can't afford to take care of your family. You can't afford to pay bills. Rent is at an all-time high right now everywhere. All right. So he wants to drain you dry, man. All right. Twice or thrice, and at that last he will laugh thee to scorn. Right. You think they got videos of there's one video the other day with Kamala Harris was doing was giving a press conference or whatever, and then one of the narrators brought up gas prices, and she started laughing. She started laughing because they don't care. They don't care about you people, man. All right. Joe Biden, they made jokes about Joe Biden being the worst. No, they don't care. They're laughing, man. They don't care. All right. And at last, he would laugh thee to scorns afterward. He don't care if you don't have money for gas, if you don't have money to eat. They don't care. All right, they're laughing about it. And when he sees thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. That's what they're doing now. All right, he said he will forsake thee. Like they asked Biden the other day about how long these gas prices stay high, and he said basically until Ukraine defeats Russia, but that's not going to happen. All right, so they don't care, man. They don't care, man, at all. And he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. All right. So again, they don't care. They want to bring you down to your knees, man, and they think it's funny, man. And then ultimately to what? They bring the Quran. All right. They want to get you down till you're desperate, and then bring the Quran in. When you can't afford anything or whatever, then they're going to bring the MOTB. And a lot of you, and you're going to take it because your faith is in Esau's system, not in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. A lot of you jakes. All right, this Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 17. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, whatever status of life you are. All right, because again, he's bringing everybody. Now they said you got people that make like 100,000 a year, are basically living paycheck to paycheck. So really, everybody's poor, man. Pretty much everybody in America is poor. All right. He calls them all. It's some that's doing better than others, but ultimately he's going to bring, like the scriptures say, ultimately everybody's going to have to take that mark, man. All right, he's going to cause everybody. He's going to put everybody in a situation where you're going to have to take that mark, man. All right, if you want to buy and sell things, all right. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. All right. Which the elders and apostles of great millstone have broken it down many times. The word there is charagma, which means basically it's the microchip technology, man. Just to be blunt, say it straight, it's the microchip technology. All right, that's the mark of the beast. All right, or the charagma. It's like it. See it, man. Slavic brothers. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right, and what we're seeing right now, they're pretty much pushing the old money system out, the paper money and the coins and the debit cards and credit cards. They're fizzling that out, and ultimately they're going to bring the government. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakapodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. The peace and safety to you brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.